So 12 baskets is a needle exchange. That's why they give away the free food. Non-profit. They own the building. So yeah, they're just, everyone's complicit. It's like, how willing are you to just stop on a dime and get it right? Guess you've never had Satan's dogs yapping at your heels before. Or maybe you get off on being in lockdown. So there it is. It's really, really simple, you know. It's illegal to use a legal name. Don't shoot the messenger. I already know you got an intent to kill because you have a legal name fraud. You know, you're using a legal name, so you got stolen identity. You're using a legal name fraud, stolen identity, right? So you have intent to kill. Just like the talented Mr. Ripley, the rip and the lie, the tearing of the veil, the killing of the Christ, the light within. While you're having such a great time, you're the very one trying to kill the Christ. Jeff and all these people trying to kill me. So silly. They would be trying to kill you too if you were getting the word out. They've always killed you. They just constantly are prodding you. Registration, days, weeks, months. Yeah, every 30 days. They like to keep it really fresh. Even just commerce, like most people go to the store like every day or every other day. Try living for a year and a half on 1 month of rations. So that's like 30 pounds of rice and 30 pounds of beans. Try surviving with that for a year and a half. What is that, 18 months? 18 months times 30. 824. So you got 180. There's a bunch of different ways you can do the math. You know? There are lots of different ways that you can do the math. It doesn't fucking matter. Don't worry about the numb hers and the poke her and the prod her and the rape her. Abel is the sister. Cain rapes his sister and kills her. And that's what you're doing with the legal name fraud death cult. And that's why it's so hard for you to see it. Because it's a spiritual responsibility that you fuck. Wow. That's what the legal name fraud is basically in a nutshell. But it's worse than that even. Because it's a spiritual hijacking. You see? Spiritual hijacking. Because it's instantly killed at birth. It's the scene actually. There's a very vivid scene in the beginning of Joan of Arc. 1999, Joan of Arc. I mentioned the dates and stuff because of Mandela effect and all that. Time reversing. Time is actually going backwards. Time is actually going backwards 84 fifths. There's something else with the 227. There's so much. I need to learn so much still. You realize, like, whoa, quit the left brain monkey chatter, get quiet, read the essays. Let's see what they're talking about. You keep telling me to read the BCCRSS, fucking read it. You illiterate? Just say so, I'll help you. You know? Don't try to throw shit at me and say that your diaper's not full of shit and that you won't do it again and then you do it again. Fucking child with a gun. It's a child throwing shit and it's a child throwing bullets. It takes 3/10 of an ounce to pull the trigger. If you got a hair trigger 44 cal revolver, it's about like 2.02 ounce or some crazy shit. This is the nicest gun I've ever seen. Shot. I used to shoot guns and all that stuff. I never shot anybody. You're not supposed to point your gun at anybody either. You're not even supposed to carry a gun. Okay? They're very dangerous. They're intent to kill. Doesn't matter if it's a rabbit, little girl, accidentally in the playground, friends drinking and shooting each other accidentally, whatever. It's intent to kill. By the very fact that the thing is created, you're going to have psychopathic killers running around trying to use it and get away with it, or not. And so they stage everything like a movie. It's very sophisticated. They're called lifetime actors. And they're all dumbed down, drinking and cooking and bathing into the fucking filth water. Obama poisoned your water. Okay? We all drank from the cup of the fucking, murky waters. I guess the ones that can wake up and get the word out are the ones that are like, just like in the movie The Stand. He's like in the facility and everyone's dying and he has the antibody. It's all predictive programming sorcery. They're binding a spell. The people doing it are sorcerers, but they were programmed to do exactly what they're good at. And don't think that they can't. You underestimate. People always underestimate and overcompensate. So they worry too much and they don't think enough. You see? Because it's illegal to use a legal name, it means IDs are illegal. That means that technically, if I had intent to kill, I could come up and take your car and put you in a fucking cage and kill you myself. Hold you for ransom, right? Because that's all the cops are doing. They're clowns in a murder suit. And then the free men on the land are, there's some of the free men on the land that are going to figure it out. Anyone on the crew who went through it, like Larry, me and Larry, we went through all this shit. Kate, everybody. Dom, we went through it because we weren't doing it for ourselves. We were doing it for everyone. If it happens to one, it happens to all. Okay? So what they trick you into is this country and that country and this. There is only one crown corporation, and it owns your soul, and it owns all of what you think is to be real. Especially when it accounts for legal. You think you can practice legal. They even trick you into getting a bar card and paying for someone to lie to you and to put you in a gown, cap and gown, and pretend, and then everyone acts like that's a good thing. It's called groupthink. It means that they're willing to go over the edge of a cliff in a cult, death cult, legal death cult. You see, they're going right off the edge of the cliff in a legal death cult, right? And then you're mocking me for saying, hey, they're all going off the cliff. Everyone's dying. The old cop, the chief of police, the one that fucking ordered the hit on Kate to SWAT team Kate's house or whatever. All that shit. He's dead. Oh yeah. Mr. McGinn, the one that would harass me as a middle school kid, he's dead. He died pretty soon thereafter. As I'm saying, every death is going to catch up with everybody. So I don't think you get it. Don't be like in the movie, in the show Sandman. Don't be like the Burgess guy. Don't be like Burgess. Don't be like Burgess. Roderick Burgess. Don't be like him. So what did he do? He was trying to get death, right? He was trying to control death. And so he could only control dreams. And by controlling dreams, he fucked everything up. He killed 2 million people because of his ignorance. So it just goes to show that there's an order, right? And then they used black magic. The Cabinet of Curiosities, check that out. The first episode, it's quite interesting. He breaks the seal and the monster gets out. And he gets cursed the same day because he's mean to a woman. And his life is shit, and he's an ex-military guy. And he gets killed. And then he has to ask her for help, and she says no. Or she didn't even she actually doesn't say anything, but he knows that she heard him. See, silence equates acquiescence. The anagogic for legal name fraud is the key to unlocking everything. So it's really important that everybody stop driving your cars, start getting on your bikes, Stop going to school. It's a criminal act sending the kid to school. Sending the kid to a school is pedophilia. Registering a kid for a birth certificate death contract, even if your excuse is that you're ignorant and you didn't know, then ignorant just means you choose to ignore. You're not insane, or well, you technically are insane if you're using a legal name and you don't want to let go of it. It's just so difficult for you because you've never looked at the world from a different perspective before, where you thought heaven would come to you, but instead you're heaven, and then the world becomes hell because the world is a lie. But that's their choice. You can't interfere with free will choice. So free will choice is to accept or deny truth. Okay? But yeah, all the schools are grooming centers. They're just grooming centers for children. It's a daycare for the nanny state so the parents can go get fucked or do what they want to do. Try to get fucked more and make more kids. Heading them off to somebody else. You see? That's all. You know? It's not a big deal. It's really just very simple, and it's not a big deal at all. So that's it. You know, it's illegal to use a legal name. The whole thing is, if you see somebody, smile and wave. You know, I'm not trying to make a contract with you. I'm not trying to seek damages, seek vengeance. Right? You know, the cops beat me up. Almost sued there. Okay, well, what the fuck were you doing slapping your girlfriend or whatever the fuck you were doing to stupid breaking all 10 commandments like a demon? Obviously, those are the types, just like tow truck drivers, police, judges especially. They hide behind so many assistants. They don't take any calls. They screen everything, just like Crown Corporation agents would. But it's all done through the GMEI utility. And the GMEI utility is the way you search. It's open record. So it's funny how all the websites are like, we support human trafficking awareness. And they're doing human trafficking, which is legal name fraud. They're trafficking the dead. The reason they're okay to do it is because they compartmentalize your brain into thinking that if they go and blowing people up in Syria and restructuring Crown Corporation over there, that they can just also make money off saying that we need more donations to fund the war effort. And when the people give the donations, that's the tribute of the bat mitzvah, which is the robot. You get it? They took a very simple spell and hid it, and then created a world in the lie. Now you have a choice to accept the lie that you've been told, or the Toa Velavid of the ID, or you read all the essays and you start to paint your own tapestry, paint your own portrait, and all the things that you're doing. Behold the white canvas. See? Stark and white. Behold the white canvas, stark and white. The canvas that you have is globbed and smeared. And you think that I'm judging you by saying, hey, all you gotta do is throw it in the fire and behold the white canvas, and then you do your own thing, but you can't be using a legal name because then you'd be committing blasphemy, breaking all 10 commandments at once. Knowingly. Unknowingly is never an excuse, but it's no longer an excuse. So that's off the table now. Before they could play, now all bar card holders are criminally liable. That means death penalty. That means they're damned and doomed to hell. That means they're foreign agents. That means if you're a city and you got one on your payroll, you're all complicit in fraud. Because you're holding a foreign agent terrorist, which is a legal name fraud felon, that's holding a bar card, using foreign identity without a permission slip from the Crown Corporation to do so in the first place. So they're double down legal name fraud felon. That's probably why they put the hit on me, because I went to this other thing in person and I went in there. I think the video's still up there, but I put the video up and then they jumped me, like, because I went to the city hall, I went to the one thing, then I went to the city hall, and they were just getting they were getting real scared. They had their little notepads out and they were putting a fucking word out, putting a hit out. They're fucking murder mafia types, and all they get is scraps. They'll never have any authority or get to own anything ever, and they'll end up being in a halfway house. It's a fucking sick world, you know? Like, it's illegal to use a legal name. Look at this shit. You ain't even going here. Bunch of cocksucking Freemasons over here. It's a pedophilic death cult. They're also the worst, just like tow truck drivers. Just like the Greeks. Just like when you say tricky Greeks. Or you say, never trust an Egyptian. Get the fuck out of Babylon. Never trust an Egyptian. That's the crypt. That's the Egypt. You get the fuck out of that. Okay? You get far away and you tell everyone. You create a force field around yourself and tinker. Tink, tink, tink. Before they were like up in your ear and causing you to get down on the ground and putting their boot on your neck. And now, the best they can do is hit the tinker. Tink, 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 tink. Tinker bell. It's just sad. Nobody's got any courage and backbone. They're afraid of physical, illusional consequences. Fictional, illusional, reality, non-reality, you see? And then people also complain, oh, you're real smart. You could explain it better. That's like a double jeopardy right there. They're trying 2 ways to underhand me. You see? They're trying to give me a compliment to get me my ego or some shit. And then they're trying to tell me what to do. It's fucking neurolinguistics. It's probably not even the same person that the picture is attached to. Yeah, they got 70 million legals, all satanic, and it's so that they think that they can manipulate the minds of people by, if you're not smart enough, then they'll can kill you. And if you're real smart, they'll do what they can to try to learn from you and then kill you or something. Some stupid murder fucking game where they kill a baby. Watch Sandman episode 1. I mean, come the fuck on. You fucking rotten scoundrel mongrelite. Fucking Babylonian fucking death worship. Priest of Baal, fucking Talmudic judge, faggot. YouTube channel. Should put it up in here today. Let's get this one up in here. Alright, that's the show. It's illegal to use a legal name. Read and share the BCCRSS. Have a nice day.